All right, prejudice and discrimination. Well, what is a stereotype? It's a generalized belief or expectation about social groups and their members. Prejudice is a negative or positive. We tend to focus on the negative, but there is such thing as positive prejudice, a negative or positive evaluation of groups and their members. Discrimination, which we often confuse with prejudice and stereotypes, it is a little different. Discrimination is when you get into actual behavior, which is directed towards individuals on the basis of their membership in a particular group. So I want you to check out YouTube here yet again. I know there's a lot of separate videos for this social psychology topic. Born Good, Babies Help Unlock the Origins of Morality. Now this one is from 60 Minutes. Very good stuff. That's why it's a little bit longer here, 13 minutes, 32 seconds long. Basically, it shows how we are born with a sense of morality as well as bias against those unlike ourselves. We do learn certain things about in-groups and out-groups from our culture and the media and so forth, but we're also born with ingrained senses of morality. Okay, whether and there are pros and cons that come with that. As you'll see in the video. Okay, so I'll leave it at that, but please watch that video. You are going to be tested on this stuff, I promise, so you have to watch that video. These are not optional, okay? It's very interesting stuff, and I'm sure you'll get a lot from it. So how to reduce prejudice. We know that it's out there. Prejudice, discrimination, it needs to be reduced, okay? How do you do that? It's been shown that you can reduce prejudice by increasing knowledge, of course, that people, the longer they spend time in school, the likely more they spend time in college, whether or not they go to college, has a great influence on their likelihood of being prejudiced against others. That likelihood goes down as education goes up. Okay, so one reason for that is if you go to college, you get more contact between yourself and others. Okay, especially those who are not necessarily like yourself. You just spend more time with those people, and that tends to reduce prejudice. Okay, so you want to increase contact between the target of stereotyping and the holder of the stereotype. Making values and norms against prejudice more evident. Okay, so let people who hold prejudices, let them see that that's not necessarily the way to go, that's not very politically correct. There's a lot of people out there who don't hold those prejudices, that's just not true. So really make that information more available to those individuals. Provide information about the objects of stereotyping, the people who are being stereotyped against. Just give people more information about those individuals so that they don't. So you help the person who has the prejudice realize that they can't just put those people they have the prejudice about, can't put them in that little box, that you need to expand that box for those people. You need to show that there's actually a lot of variance out there. There's a wide variety of people out there. You can't just lump everyone in a particular box, one category. Okay, so just again, providing that information, expanding people's knowledge, very helpful in reducing prejudice. So that's the end of lecture. I want you to go ahead and study for the final exam if you haven't already. It's coming up soon. The review sheet's available in doc sharing, which will help you a little bit. You can't only study the stuff that's on the review sheet, but it'll give you some direction. Email me, of course, if questions arise. I want to be here for you, especially if you've struggled in prior exams. I want to try to give you some help with some study techniques if you need that help. I am here for you. So it's been a pleasure having you in the course. It's been great giving you these video lectures. I hope that you've enjoyed them, and of course I hope that you've learned quite a bit from this course. And again, email me if you have questions about the final exam, and I certainly wish you luck in doing very well on it.